Hello everyone. In the previous video, we spoke about how content marketing can break the noise and help you build a brand. If you missed it, here's a link to the previous video. Today, we'll talk about the process behind it, and before we begin, there were questions asking how content marketing is different from digital marketing. So, digital marketing encompasses all online marketing activities like SEO, social media posts, contests, paid ads, contextual posts, PR, and so on. Content marketing is a systematic process for creating content for your digital marketing activities. With a good content strategy, your digital marketing will be more effective, and since it puts the user needs at the center of the content without compromising on the business needs, its impact increases exponentially. An upcoming FMCG brand could focus more on visibility and awareness and hence may do only promotional posts. A B2B that doesn't need a large reach would probably focus only on content marketing. An established FMCG, on the other hand, would need both reach and impact, awareness and recall. In my opinion, digital marketing has become a point of parity, something that all competitors do, and content marketing can upgrade your overall digital marketing quality and give a strategic advantage. And since it's still uncommon, it can be a strong point of differentiator if done rightly. However, the drawback is that an effective content marketing requires research and a systematic approach. Hence, it requires more skill, effort, and time to implement. So, let's start by creating a digital marketing content strategy. The important thing that I think every business needs to do is to define the project goal and build a common definition of success metrics and quality parameters. Especially if external vendors who have limited access are involved, without this alignment, they'll be running like a headless chicken, getting contradicting feedback or no feedback at all until it's too late, after which it would just be a blame game. So, I strongly recommend to start any project by identifying the representatives of various departments who can contribute to the project or can gauge its performance. They are called the stakeholders. Identify the stakeholders and map them. X-axis is how much the stakeholders can contribute to the project, and Y-axis is the importance of the project to the stakeholder. This will help you clarify whose time you need and for what purpose. So for members in the first quadrant, the project is important and they can also provide valuable inputs that impact the project. So involve them at every stage and build SOPs to coordinate with them. Members in second quadrant only need to see the results. Fourth quadrant, they can give important inputs, but this project wouldn't be of high priority to them, hence getting their time is tricky. Members in third quadrant may only be interested in annual project performance and nothing more. Once we have identified the stakeholders, we have to elicit information from them. Now, why I'm saying elicit and not interview is because stakeholders are busy. We have to do the homework to know what a stakeholder can offer. We have to prepare a PPT so that the stakeholders can swiftly understand the project and the context. We have to ask the right questions and gather useful documents. Now, while doing this activity, the goal is to understand what content to create and why, what are the short-term and long-term goals of these stakeholders, and to define qualitative goals like getting brand recognition or getting engagement or winning consumer trust. Then define the quantitative goals like number of downloads or number of social shares or revenue that the project should achieve. Define the key performance indicators or KPIs to measure and track the goals. For example, KPI to measure awareness is number of views. At the end of this activity, you will have a prioritized list of business requirements that your project should achieve. Now, if you don't have a huge team, then you will still got to ask these questions to yourself and build a written list of business requirements. Without this list, you would be throwing darts in the dark and chasing a different goal each day you hear or see something attractive. Now, it's time to study your audience. First, you have to define who your target audiences are. Your audiences can include your primary, secondary and tertiary buyers, potential buyers, influencers and more. Now, remember, if you define a very large audience, the content you create can't be effective to all. For example, if your audience includes homemakers of all age groups, fitness enthusiasts and other social backgrounds, then the content that is probably relevant to homemakers may not be liked by fitness enthusiasts, and content that's relevant to all may not be impactful. On the other hand, if the audience is too narrow, then the reach wouldn't be enough to achieve your business goals. Hence, it would require a few rounds of brainstorming and imagining several scenarios before defining the right audience for the project. Once you have defined the audience, it's time to get into their shoes. We at TBP use a tool called Empathy Map. It's simple. We make a list of what the audience sees, what he hears, what does he think and feel, what does he say and do, what are the audience's pains and gains. This, along with the persona, will help the team and the stakeholders to make informed design decisions. We'll talk more about these tools and personas in the upcoming videos. Now, do a review of the competitor content. Also do some digging online and internally within the company for secondary data that can give you information about the users and their context. You can add more layers of research if the project is important or reduce it. Either ways, remember to present your findings in a crisp way to the stakeholders and get them aligned in the beginning of the project. This will ensure that you are not exploring a wrong path that needs defense after the project completion. The next stage is to map the content that we have created to the sales funnel. A sales funnel represents different stages of buyer throughout the purchase journey. A buyer at each stage has a different context and seeks different type of content. At the top of the funnel, he is just aware about the product. Buyers in the middle of the funnel can recognize the brand and is a prospect and then becomes a lead. At the bottom is our potential buyers and existing consumers. If our target is top, then focus on educational and thought leadership content. If it's middle, provide reasons to buy, and for bottom of the funnel, content should be more promotional. Next, brainstorm ideas and create content themes that satisfy both user needs that was defined in the empathy map and business requirements that was identified during stakeholder alignment. Usually, we create an editorial calendar and content index to keep track of various efforts. Also, it helps to create a large content piece like an ebook or a website first and then extract content from here to make smaller pieces throughout the year. For an FMCG, we recommend building social media strategy alongside your TV ad creation and create many content assets for social media. For example, you can take tons of pictures of your actors, products and props in various poses and with various backgrounds while shooting TV ads and use them as assets for social media content. For limited budget, a good alternative is content curation instead of content creation. Use content available in the internet, consolidate it and present it in an appealing way to your audience. So, I hope the previous two videos gave you an overview about content marketing and help you know when and how to implement it and to gauge if it's being implemented properly in your team. In the next topic, I'll share how you can benefit your career by using social media the right way. Hope you enjoyed the content. See you soon with the next one. Feel free to ping me your views or if you need more information on content marketing. Thanks for your time. Have a good day. I'm Bharath and I'm here to help you achieve your biggest business goal.